girl, don't tease. How many shots do you need? Don't be nervous, know you want me. I can fulfill every need. Put your phone on undisturbed and let's disturb my neighbor's peace. You don't know me, I don't know you, girl. Let's make some memories. Close gon' be so gone. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I am playing Danny B Lights, and I'm so excited to be talking to you all tonight with, of course, the wonderful Dr. Alicia. We are going to consistently have conversations that's going to pull our Black community forward together. That means with the man, with the woman, with women, with women, with men, with men. We are going to consistently do that. So while we wait on Dr. Alicia to come, go ahead and bring a friend in. Go ahead and bring somebody in this chat. I want to see this chat get to 20 and 30 every week. I just want it to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Come on, I like this song. Shout out to you, Danny B. I pray your song, your music continue to flourish, man. Also, fun fact, if you ever miss any of these episodes, Dr. Boyce Watkins posts this on his pages on YouTube, so it's definitely a positive experience. How y'all doing over here? Hey, Dr. Alicia. Let's get you in here. Hello, let's get her up here. Hey, Dr. Alicia.
What's happening? How you doing this week?
I'm doing good. I just got off of one therapy call. I'm about to be, look, this is my therapy every week as I learn to love the Black man, okay? It's doing some wonders. I'm enjoying it over here.
Wait, what do you mean learn to love the Black man? Do tell.
You know, like, it's a journey. I've been trying to love the Black man, it seemed, for 28 years. Trying to love my daddy first, then love, the extended man that would come and try to talk to me. Girl, it's been a journey, honey. It's been a journey. We just been trying to love the Black man. I don't know if anybody feel me, but that's a journey within itself. That's a podcast. Somebody can say the journey of loving a Black man, honey.
So is it so many? You got so many, you can't even keep them straight?
You know what, Dr. Alicia, you're not going to put me out there like that. First off, I will not disclose that information. You know, this is not the platform to disclose how hot the block is. We're not going to disclose how hot the block is. The block is not clear. The block has occupants. However, until the right contender steps and talks his tough, this stuff, we're just going to continue the journey of trying to love thyself and thy Black man at the same time.
Ah, okay. So that's a nice way of saying you got a lot of prospects.
God is doing something this season. It's a different type of elevation. I don't really even know. It's coming with a lot, okay? 1 minute it's one way, another minute it's another way, but every day we just got to keep going. I'm appreciative of the affirmation of the Black man. You want to know something, Dr. Alicia?
Uh-huh.
Since all that stuff has happened to me, I have had Black men of all time frames that I've met them reach out to me. They are so kind. They are affectionate. They are understanding. They are wanting to listen to me. And this is not of any shade to my Black sisters at all. But the Black men have been, hey, I think you just need somebody to listen to you or to talk. And I'm like, imagine the Black man wants to talk and hear another woman talk. And I'm talking not no 5 minutes. We're talking, they want to talk. I mean, they want to talk. So I think it's really nice to be wanting men to listen to you. I mean, I really personally feel like this is a new era of Black man arising. Or maybe because I'm just in a different energy or something.
I don't think it's a new era. I think they've always been there. They've
Oh,
always been there. They always been there. They love us. They want to listen to us. This is the norm.
wow, Dr. Alicia, you're always going to contest my thought processes. And that's why we have this show, because I have my thoughts and my context, and you have your truth. And then I have my truth and you have your context. But when we have our truth, our context, we're going to have understanding and communication. And that rules the nation, honey.
So, yeah, I think men. I think black men have always been ahead of the game
Mm,
compared to any other races in terms of um, knowing the importance of family, knowing the importance of the specialness of the black woman, wanting to be there for their children. I think that's the norm.
girl,
Uh,
what black men you grew up with? I need to get a piece of them. Where you grew
yeah,
up with them at?
the norm. I think sharing household roles with their spouse. I think they've always been ahead of the curve on a lot of that. African American couples are way more egalitarian than white couples and Hispanic couples, traditionally speaking. And I think that because, you know, black women, we've always worked. We've
Mm,
always had jobs. We've always, you know, it was a luxury for white women staying home and working. But we've always had help from the black man. Now, what happens is that it makes it complicated because when you have two people working, it makes things a little more dynamic in terms of household. But I do believe, and I have seen black men and women come together and say, how are we going to raise this, raise these children and run this household together? And it's funny because a lot of white men are now starting to understand that this is the best model in terms of raising families. A lot of white men are starting to say, you know what, I need to also be oh wait, somebody's texting me. You know, they're saying, you know, I need to start stepping it up and start doing things. But black men have always done it in
wow.
general
I mean,
as a whole. Mm-hmm.
you know, I hear you, Dr. Alicia. I really do. You know, I really got to see the pieces of black men you grew up with, because, like, this is so amazing to know that there's another woman out here that has seen other specimens of blacks. Because, like, what I've seen in the specimens of blacks, it's like, I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. You know, they say it's Pine Bluff where it's rough, but I won't even say that. You know, we're up and coming. We're the next Atlanta. We're the next, like, whatever. But it's just like, wow. You're challenging my entire thought process. That's why I like talking to you every Tuesday, because I always walk away thinking, wow, there is another life out here that maybe God has hidden me from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's
And
some women out here that feel hidden. I don't know if y'all feel hidden out here, but I
yeah.
don't think I've seen it. So you've seen it, so you're able to shed light. It's almost like a new light that's being shown.
Yeah, I think that all this sexist behavior, because I'm starting to see now one thing I'm starting to see that's a theme I've been watching on social media because I've been in tune is this real sexist behavior that a lot of black men are starting to adhere to. And that concerns me because when I see black men say things that are very sexist and objectifying women, in my mind, I'm thinking they are adhering to traditional white ideologies about black women, because you have to understand what you had a question about that.
I mean, I'm just like, whoa, we're using big words. And I'm like, that sparked my interest. Like, the white
Mm-hmm.
ideologies of
Yeah.
the concepts of sexualizations of the woman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can we unpack that?
Yeah, I mean, think about Africa. Think about the country of the continent of Africa. Think about that. It is an abundance. There's an abundance of everything. And think about the mentality of people who come from a place where there is just too much of everything. Think about the mentality of someone who comes from a cold rock. Think about the mentality of there being a lack. thereof. And that kind of sets the tone, I believe, for how you see things. Because when it's cold, it's dark, and there's limited resources, you start to look at someone as, what can I get from them? You start to see them as prey and predator because of survival mechanism. And so everything becomes warlike. But when you come from a continent where there's an abundance everywhere, I mean, there's food everywhere, there's ample water, there's ample abundance of everything, those individuals are more nicer. They're nicer to each other. They don't see each other as competition. They see each other as peaceful. But when you come from a place where it's cold and there's a lack of resources, women, because women are just physically smaller, women are more likely to be abused and more likely to be used. And you think about those cavemen where they like dragging a woman by the hair, because out of brute force. You don't see that in, I'm talking about historically, antiquity. You don't see that in a lot of Black African cultures traditionally. I mean, this is all before the invasion of white people with their guns and their Bibles. Yes, I said Bible.
And I have been getting so much downloads from like historical context on how Black, Africans, we had our religion, and then white people just went and gave it back to us with more constraints and rules and all of these different frameworks, but we had it. They repackaged it and marketed it. And then now you have the experiences that you have on Sundays, and we wonder why we got church hurt. Well, it's because it ain't the type of church that we had in the beginning anyway. But, that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just shook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shook. But you just speak so much in the areas of which it's just wisdom and knowledge. And I'm just here to soak it in. I really am. Are y'all loving this, audience? Listen.
You are funny.
Look, Kayla 1699. We got Erica J Pro. We got Nicole Hub. We got Kayla 15. We got Pretty Nita. We got Lady Tam 11. We got Odunya Life History. We got A-List Photography. We got Yes, it's Jamaica. We just want to thank y'all for joining today. We do want to see this chat get to at least 30. So throughout this time, if you all are hearing something that Dr. Alicia says, or at least something that I say, can y'all go ahead and put some hearts there? Show us that you're feeling what we're saying. But Dr. Alicia, I mean, there is so much wisdom in you. I feel like we just need an episode on the history of Blacks. Just download, because a lot of us don't know our history. It wasn't in schools. They didn't tell us.
Yeah, the history of Blacks is the history of mankind. It's the history of human beings on this earth. Yeah, that's the history of us. And, and beyond. But I won't get into that.
I think that is something for another day, because that's going to mess some people up, because I learned that our Anglo-Saxons, they've only been here for 5,000 years, and we've been here longer than they've been here.
That's a theory, of course. I've heard that theory. I mean, there's a lot of theories out there. So
yeah,
I've heard of that theory. Where do white people come from? It's hard to tell. Where do they come from? But yeah, that's a theory that's out there. I've heard of that before. There's plenty. I don't know which one is correct, but okay. I don't know where we came from.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to add that to our podcast of topics. Where do Blacks come from? And just history lessons one-on-one. So y'all, welcome to the drama-free Black Love. We ain't calling it a podcast. Right now, we just going live every week. And it's a series that was birthed to raise awareness about healing and restoration of relationships within the Black community hear me when I say this, hear me when I say this again, with a licensed therapist. Because a lot of people may not know this, Dr. Alicia, but you're licensed. You come with, whole licensing and what that comes with. And in essence, I think this is our 4th episode. Dr. Alicia, can you just tell people, it's 4 already. Can you tell them who you are, what you do, and why you do it? Then we'll start to really unpack our next questions.
Okay, my name is Dr. Alicia, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. So I'm licensed to practice therapy, and I've been licensed. Oh, I got my license. Oh, wait, I got my license when I was pregnant with my son.
Oh.
And he's 19 years old. So I've been licensed for 19 years old. 19. My license is an adult now. and,
Mm.
and I don't know how old I look, but
Baby, you don't look, black don't ever crack. You don't look like nothing you've been through, honey, and you
I,
give life every single week. Period, poop. Y'all better tell Dr. Alicia she
I
been
got my,
playing, honey.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I've been licensed for 19 years, and I remember being pregnant going, I got to get my license before I have this baby because I don't know what it's going to be like after I have my very first baby. So that was my baby, my license. And it was important to me to get that because it lets the license is not for me. It's for everybody else. It lets the public know that I got the training, that I've got the know-how and the knowledge and the skills to do everything it takes to become, to provide services to people who need it in terms of and mental health and case management and everything that has to do with making sure individuals are able to just live their life is short, and there's things that get in the way for you to become whoever you can become. Either it could be psychological, it could be physical, it could be financial, whatever it takes. There are people, licensed professionals, who are able to help you get there. And so that's what I see myself doing. I also am a college professor, so my semester just started. So I'm teaching classes now about teaching adults how to become therapists. So I teach in a master's program at my home institution, and I've been teaching for, oh my goodness, it must be like 14 years I've been teaching. I've been teaching 14 years at this university. I also taught as a graduate student, so I don't count that. Since I got my PhD, it's been 14 years ago. And so this is what I love to do. This is fun. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this. And it's that I would do all day long if no one paid me a penny. And I can't run a business with no money. But if you're interested in working with me, you can just go to my website, Coaching with Dr. Alicia. You can fill out the online intake form. I will get back to you. I will make an appointment with you. Everything is private unless somebody's in danger. And everything's confidential. And so I can help you work through whatever you're working through. I do meet with couples. I do meet with families. I have met with several families. And I do meet with individuals for whatever it takes so that they can keep themselves together. And then, a lot of people struggle with regrets and depression and anxiety and all the things about anxiety is that you're just afraid of what might happen. Depression is you're sad about what did happen. And so you need somebody to help you work through these things. And so that's what I do. How about you, Jess? What do you do? Tell us about yourself.
I am constantly evolving. My name is Jasmine. It's a flower. That means I constantly grow and evolve. And I would like to say in this season, I motivate, I educate, and I inspire people to be all they're called to be simply by walking by faith and launching their gold. Their gold is the gifts that only the Lord delivers. I've been saying this for a while now. I was actually looking at something I wrote in college. Since 15, 16, I've been saying I motivate, I educate, and I inspire. And I am finally doing it again for the 8th year. So it's really cool to just be as consistent in it, no matter how hard it's gotten. And I have pieces to me where I want to see the Black community as a whole evolve. I want to see, people have ownership in wealth. I want to see us have access to our rights. I want to see us have access to our voices because they genuinely do matter, and our opinions and our thoughts and our ideas really do matter. So for me, I'm just somebody I'm a plug. I'm the conduit to success. You need pieces of me, but it's really to get you well on your way. You don't need me forever. You just need a little spark. Like, ooh, got my charge. I'm on my way. So, and with that comes with talking to so many humans and, some of that being the black men. I mean, we are now that's like our next topic. Because you see how I did that there. I have
Okay.
a controversial topic for us today, Dr. Alicia. Are you ready for it?
Okay, what's the topic?
So, a hot topic that I've seen on the blogs is that black men don't think that women take accountability for their actions. They are pleasantly surprised by how many of us, they say now, not me, I'm not saying it, I'm looking at the blogs, that we don't take accountability for our actions. And, instead of taking accountability for the things that go on, we blame or, we accuse, or we just simply don't, take responsibility for the choices that we help to make. And we know relationships, it takes two. So for every relationship that I've ever had, if it worked or didn't work, I still had some parts of it, right? So what do you think about that? How men are feeling that black women, or, I don't want to say black women, but I mean, we're on Black Love, so I'm just going to say black, that we don't take accountability. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm real curious about why black women in particular. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't take accountability for what they do.
That's good. I love your perspectives.
Just black women. Can you give me a little more information about, like, more context? Like,
yes,
when black men speak, I'm really curious about, like, where they're coming from and what information they're taking in to come to the conclusion that black women, an entire group of people, aren't taking accountability for their actions.
So that's really funny. I have a friend. I'm in a podcasting studio out here in Texas, and I guess he's gonna come over here and speak for the black man, and he's just gonna pretty much say what he feels about it. Are you okay with this, Dr. Alicia?
I joined the live, but I'm like,
I know he right here. Come on. Do you want me to come over there? What you want us to do?
You just turn it around right
All right, here we go. I'm just transitioning real quick, got my phone on charger. This is my friend Terrell. Hold on.
Okay.
And he has a filter on there. This is my friend. And he had did a Facebook post. It went viral on how women don't take accountability. So, we talked about it, and I felt it was a good topic for today.
Well, tell me, Terrell, right? Terrell?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you coming to the conclusion that black women, a whole group of people, aren't taking accountability?
Well, I didn't say black, I did say women, but majority rules. Majority rules, first of all, so I know it's not all women. But
okay.
A lot of times women blame men. First of all, let me tell you what initially made me make the post. So I saw a post about this rapper and this famous rapper and his girlfriend, basically, and they was posting about how what she was before she met him, and they was like, well, he made her like this now because she's a certain way, like she gets in trouble, she fights people over him, she be fighting his family members, she puts her hands on him, but she won't leave him alone. And a lot of women do that. They was like, the first thing people said was, man, he destroyed her. She was this pretty woman before him, and I was saying that women don't take accountability because, first of all, they don't leave when they supposed to sometimes in the relationship. And a man only can control what goes on in his vicinity. You don't have to be there. So you can't blame a man for your downfall every time. As among other stuff such as, babies. A lot of people show you who you are when you first met them, and you know what I'm saying, you lay down with this man, you find out he was a deadbeat. He probably was showing you that he don't take care of things during the dating process. And then another case.
We're just getting our seats together so we can have a collective conversation. Keep going, Terrell. He has a lot to say, Dr. Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then what was I saying where I left off?
When you have kids, they showed you who they were in the dating process.
Yes, a lot of women get date these men that not even just for kids. They date these men that they've seen. Women that I see, from my point of view, where I'm from, especially, they'll see a man that pretty much does every woman he does wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially with social media nowadays, you kind of see the relationship, and women that get this idea that they're the one and they can change this man, and then the man turns around and do them the same way, and they act like they don't know where it's come from. And I feel like they should take accountability. You saw the type of person this person was.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that you're saying women are making poor choices when it comes to men. You're seeing some women.
They are making poor choices, but they're not taking accountability for those poor choices. They're blaming the men.
So I think there's some women who do make poor choices and they regret it. And what I ask women, and there are a lot of women, I do see a lot of women who say, Dr. Alicia, I want to know why I made this mistake. I made a terrible choice, and I'm so regretting it, and I'm continuing to repeat this pattern over and over again. I want to know what's going on. And so when I talk to women who say those things, I ask them about how were you feeling in the moment? What were you thinking about that led you to make these regrettable decisions that you're making? And I think it's so important to deconstruct some of that, because when I do talk to a lot of women who make bad choices. And when I deconstruct a lot of that, some of it is them, but some of it is that they got fed a lie from this man. and maybe the lesson for them is not to be so gullible, take things slow, and not looking for love in all the wrong places, because so many people that are just love starved. They didn't get it from their father, they didn't get it from whoever. I'm not making excuses, but I'm just trying to help people explain things. And I think some women just want to believe that that this man is different. This man will be different with them. So there's a lot of men out there who be feeding women a whole bunch of mess.
There it is. For sure.
So some of it is them, but some of it is not them. Some of it is the men trying to get over on them. Let's face it, they do. And you trusting someone. And a lot of times men are the victim. And a lot of times women feel like they've been victimized by being lied to and getting involved in a man that's not very transparent, and they're not very trustworthy. And then they get blindsided by the reality. And so it's important to take relationships slow.
Yes, and get to know that person, because like I said, it be sometimes that women, like, let's say, for example, Jasmine, we went to school together. She saw how I treated women and decided to give me a chance based off of it. You see how I treat women, because she's this great of a woman, of a queen. She feel like, oh, he ain't gonna do that with me. And then when I do it, oh, this dude is just messed up and all that. But she knew I was like that.
Well, I mean, you can't, it's a delicate dance. I think that's why you got to take it slow. You can't judge somebody totally by their actions in the past. You can't judge, because the people can and do change. I think having more of a conversation about what did you do to change? You used to be like this in the past. What did you do? A lot of times, there are things that people can do to change and become a better person. So you do need to have a little bit more of a conversation. Taking it slow is the best thing you can do, because you can't hide. You can only hide but for so long. And after a while, the real you has to come out. It can't not come out. And so if you just pay attention, you watch. And it's important for women, when they're making decisions, to have their own support system. Girlfriend, really just repeating back what happened in a relationship with another girlfriend or someone else, you kind of figure it out in your head. Hey, this dude is feeding me wolf tickets,
And then it goes beyond that. Like, let me go to jail for the women.
I don't want to put the total blame on women who are victimized by men who
No,
lie.
no, not just
Okay.
It's,
He
you know,
also has a lot of women friends, so he has a good balance of he listens to women and what they go through, and he doesn't just play like, men are all good either, and also women are all bad. I think
Yeah.
he does an even mix with his perspective. So, you were saying.
yeah, I got 4 sisters. My girl, my best friend is a girl. My manager. But no, what I was what I was saying, it'd be the small things. I give you an example. Like this one time, I had a friend that we was friends for years, and this is a guy. He's my homie. So like, and he did a bunch of foul stuff to me, in one day out of nowhere. And one of my other smart friends was like, that stayed with us was like, I'm not surprised he did that type of stuff, bro. And I was like, why did you say that? And he was like, he never cleaned up because he lived with us. He said he never cleaned up. So I was like, what? He didn't clean up the house. And I was like, what the guy do anything? And he was just saying like, bro, he won't even clean up his mess. He won't clean up his own mess. He won't take care of himself. So what makes you think he's gonna keep taking care of you and make sure you good?
Yeah, I think self-care is important.
Right.
And cleaning up is part of self-care. And I think that if someone doesn't do that, it makes me wonder about what are they putting off? Like, what are they not confronting in their life? If they can't even confront their mess, their physical mess, then they can't confront their mess, their mental mess. So these are avoiders. I'm sure he probably avoids a lot. He probably won't even want to talk to you, Tyrell, anymore. He's not avoiding.
I hadn't talked to him since the day he did it.
Yeah. He's avoid you because he avoids his mess. He does it in his waking life. He does it in his mental life. He does it in his physical life. He just don't want to deal with his mess. It's a metaphor. I think it's a great metaphor for people who just don't want to deal with stuff. They just leave that mess there and move on and make other messes someplace else. I'm sure whoever this guy is, he's making a mess. Everywhere.
I feel like women should look at it in that aspect when they're choosing their man. Like, do this man even care about himself?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. A lot of women feel like they can save these men.
A lot of men want them to save them. So,
but do they? Like, what happens? I don't get that comment. Like, men want women to save them, but then they be out. Like, what does that even look like?
they mama.
They want another mama.
They lacking something from their mama. I used to have this problem. I told my therapist, like, yeah, well, my mama did, personally, she lacks affection. My mama not affection. She don't love me. I can take, well, she does, but I have to hug her first. But I barely got hugs. I barely get told I love you and all that. And that drew me to women. Like, I love being up under women. Like, I'm super clingy. That's my love language, physical touch. But that also caused problems because it just, you know what I'm saying? Some women, I want too much of it. And not even just sexually. I just like to be under women. So
you're
it's
insatiable.
like I'm looking for that. I'm looking for what my mama didn't give me.
Yeah.
And he being so real, y'all. I appreciate
That's
his
beautiful.
authenticity.
I think that's so beautiful. And I don't know if you with anybody, but I think that's beautiful.
You with somebody, Terrell? This is the hotline over here. Anybody out here want a little Terrell? He out here. I think he available.
Terrell, you are a wonderful catch. And a lot of women love affection. And there is a lot of women out there. Whoever you choose, I hope that person gives you lots of affection. But the thing is that, yeah, you can work out your issues with women on your significant other by wanting affection. I think that's worthwhile. Part of my issue is that, when I think about relationships with your mom for men, and, it has a lot to do with your self-esteem. It has to do with your self-worth. And I'm wondering if a lot of men who treat women and manipulate women and lead them down, it's a hatred toward women, I guess people could say. And, it could just be, reason why they can't commit fully to a relationship because they don't feel like they're worthy. And, they want it. They want it, it's so interesting. Like, you want to love somebody, you desire to be close to someone, but at the same time, that closeness can scare you. And so they can push women away, really good women, they can push away and do all these shisty things. And that's why women are dumbfounded, like, dang, I thought this dude was cool. I just made a bad choice picking a mate. What happened? And, you know, it could be that he just hasn't come to terms with, you know, some of his stuff, some of his issues. I mean, it's such a complicated thing because everybody wants love. They want to be loved. They want to, if they admit it or not, even men who act like they don't want it, they do. I believe that they do.
I mean, I'm always speechless. You know, every conversation, I'm like, wow. And I was reading something, and it was on TikTok. TikTok has really been giving so many gems. You know, you have to always watch the information.
Hashtag TikTok taught me.
Yeah, look, and one of the women on there was like, why whenever a woman, you know, obviously shares, hey, I'm going through something or I'm hurt, that the response is, well, go focus on yourself, as if you can't do it at the same time, which is give yourself both self-love, but also have the yearning ability to also love or want to love someone else. Because our life is never going to be this, I'm by myself, I love myself, I'm always by myself. Like, we live in a society where we need other people. So when that woman brought that up, I was like, dang, all the times when I have pretty much said, you know, hey, that I was in a relationship, it hurt me, the response is go love yourself. As if I didn't love myself enough to give another person a chance to love me, which meant that, I mean, I'm just out here trying, again, to love a person, which we all have the opportunity to potentially get hurt. And it's like, all because I took a chance or a risk, in which sometimes the people that want to tell you to go love themselves, they don't love themselves anyway. They want to tell you, it's almost like, why is the narrative not, wow, congratulations for loving yourself, which is getting out of that situation, healing, of course, but also being able to say it's going to take the one time, which is the right time, to get with the right person, and then you'll forever be there. But it's a journey to love yourself and love somebody else at the same time.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think, like, loving yourself, I mean, for me, loving myself is saying, okay, I enjoy running. In a couple of weeks, I'm doing a half marathon, and then I'm doing, you know, some other races coming up. Part of me is loving myself is joining a run club. So I'm in 3 run clubs now. Part of me that I love to read. So I like to go to book, you know, I like to go to the library. I like to read books. I like to do things. So part of loving myself is waking up every morning and saying, okay, Alicia, what is it that you want to do today that'll make you feel good? And when I do that and I follow all of that, the person for me is going to be there. You know, the person for me is going to be, I'm going to find the man for me, you know, at the library. I'm going to find the man for me in the run club. I'm going to find the man for me in yoga. I'm going to find him at the gym. I'm going to find him because I'm finding myself, because I'm thinking about what I want to do. And so I think that's maybe in a roundabout sort of way, both perspectives are correct. I think it's just important to get to know who you are, what you enjoy, what you love, follow that, and the man for you is going to be sitting right there.
And to speak towards that, when I tell people to love themselves, when they talk about what I'm saying is, if you love yourself so much, like some people, I don't know about your particular situation, but some people let what happens in their relationship affect how they feel about themselves. Like, I feel like when you love yourself so much, your mind goes straight to, well, you messed up with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hurt by this loss. Well, I'm not going to let this loss affect me because I love myself. So if you can't do it, cool. You know?
Yeah, and you know, it's so funny. Men do this so much more than women. Men, and this is research in general, men base their happiness on how happy they can make their wife. or their significant other. Their happiness is based on how happy their significant other is with them. And I kid you not, research study after research study has shown this. But for women, what do we base our happiness on? What do you think?
What our friend girls feel about us? I don't know.
How our family feels about us, how our children feel about us, how our mate feels about us. Like our happiness is based on so much more. It's way more bigger breadth. But for men, it's particularly if their woman or significant other is happy or not. They base their happiness on that. It's really something. It comes up over and over again across the board. So a lot of men are happy with they can make their wives happy. If they can't, then that just ruins their day. It's really
why
I think it speaks to why divorce is so hard on me, or dissolving any relationship. Is men take it way more difficult than women do, because we got girlfriends to talk to. I got my mama to talk to. I got my friends to talk to. We have so much of a support system, network of people that we reach out to. But men, they don't have nobody. Who they gonna talk to? They don't have hardly.
We gotta just exhale. We can't wait to exhale, man.
We gotta wait to
keep going. Y'all wait to exhale.
Talk to about it. So we men take it. I feel sorry for men, because I think we need to change some of that. I think male friendships should also not just include golf, or like, I don't know, playing video games. I don't know what men do when they together, but it definitely ain't talking about their feelings. And I feel like male friendships should dig a little more into that.
Thank you. She said it's not about talking about their feelings. So
They don't.
So then, do y'all talk about y'all feelings? What y'all talk about?
I got certain homeboys where they're in certain home. Like, I know who to call.
Okay, you know who to call.
Never as a group. As a group, somebody gonna be like, man, you being tender. You know what I'm saying?
Not you being tender, but my thing is like, imagine you saying you being tender, but like that's the basic attributes of what makes a relationship between a man and a woman really work, is that tender side. Because imagine you the protector, you the provider, you the professor, and then when you come home, you like, baby, I'm hungry. Baby, come over here and rub my back. Like, now you want to be tender, but because you ain't never had that space to be tender, now you don't know how to be tender. So now you just rough. And then you like, well, then the woman, she like, well, my man just rough, but then she got to help make you tender, but you don't know how to be tender. How we making tender men?
Men, as soon as these men hit the front door, they need to start being tender. They need to have like,
come on, tenderoni in 2022.
That's when it started.
It works outside the house, but it does not work when you come in the house. You cannot be like that with your wife or your significant other. You cannot be like that. It ain't gonna work.
So
we're gonna be sitting there like, I done made another poor choice. Another poor.
And what's so crazy is, do you think that by you being tender makes you less of a man?
I don't personally. I just feel like men hate when other men say stuff like that. So that's just all it is. It's just like, all dudes tender, bro. They just don't want to. They just be embarrassed by their homeboys or something, and that is embarrassing.
I mean, Terrell is just putting it out there.
I love him.
For all the men, can you please put a T in the chat if you're tender? Just put a T. You don't even got to type it all out. If you're tender, put a T. Because this is a safe place. It's only approximately under 20 of us in here. Put a T, men, if you're tender. Because women, we need to see that there are some tenderonis out here. We're all about promoting the tenderonis in 2022.
Ain't no more Teddy Pendergrass. We got August Alcinos now. And you see he's tender.
Okay, I see some hearts, man. I did say put a T. I didn't say put no hearts this time. I said put a T if you're tender. If you're part of the Tenderoni Society. Ooh, come on, T, admit it. I put 2. Oh my, Young Diggy. Now Young Diddy, y'all, he's 20 years old. He is like a boss. I just see him going so many places. He put 2 T's. Young Diggy, look, I'm over here at the podcast studio. So this is Young Diggy. One thing about God, he positions me around amazing people, Dr. Alicia. So he 20. He talking about he's some T times 2.
There you go.
Man, it's because one, for me, my situation is different from people because other people is fighting for something they had before. I'm fighting for love that I never felt before.
Ooh, and he 20 talking like this. Go on and hit him with it, Dr. Alicia.
So there's a difference. So I understand the conversation, black love, but I can't really give my opinion because I never felt that type of love before. That's why I say, like, when people say I say I'm looking for a woman like my mom because my mom is the only one that really showed me true love before.
I just said, that's
so it's like
typical.
When I'm fighting for something that my mom gave me. So with that being said, I'd rather have somebody like my mom because she's the only one I believe that ever showed me what love was.
Put an M in the chat if you fighting for the love your mama gave you. Put an M in the chat if you fighting for the love that your mama gave you. ELC Management, aka Jonathan, said, do independent women respect a T-man? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I think we should, Dr. Alicia, you want to get Young Diggy's comment first and then hit Jonathan's comment second?
I think it's so beautiful. I want to have the same love that my mom gave me. I think that is so, that warms my heart. And I love that he still, just because you said that doesn't make you less of a man. I think real men in my definition is someone who can say that. And I think there are a lot of men who are 40 that can't say that. They're not real men. You know, they're not adhering to what I think is masculinity and manhood. I think it is masculine to say, I do want love. I want to be in love with someone. So I'm cheers to you, 20 years old, you know.
Like, I've been through so much.
This is hope for me.
I've been through so much. It's because, like, you put in more work hiding what you really feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who is in this body? Like, hard.
Who is it?
So much wisdom. I just be around here like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you're using more energy trying to hide how you really feel instead of just being real. When real really don't take that much.
It don't. And if somebody don't like it, it's nice that you know right up front. Okay, you don't like it. I'm being myself. We can goodbye to you in this moment. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I will move on. You will move on. So you don't have to be disrespectful to end a relationship when you know it's not right.
Don't be being avoidant, Young Diggy. Don't be being avoidant, okay? Don't avoid the issue. So Dr. Alicia, we have Jonathan here with I Look Live Management. He says, do independent respect a tenderoni man?
I don't know. What's an independent woman? I don't know what that is.
Ooh, Dr. Alicia, she don't know the boosted song INDEPEND. You know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car. Look like,
what is that? Like,
I don't know. I'm interdependent. I know I need a man. Okay, I want one, but necessary for survival. You know, towards the end of life, and if I want to reproduce, I need a man. But, you know, I ain't never screamed independent. I always need some type of help around me. But independent, now, hear me out. Dr. Alicia don't even know the definition. Anybody know the definition of independent man or independent woman? She don't even know.
This independent woman thing ain't nothing but some Willie Lynch.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know any woman that's independent.
Ooh.
I can't do anything by myself.
Ooh. Ooh.
Say, oh, I can do it all by myself. No, you can't. You can't do nothing by yourself. It's going to take somebody helping you out. Thank you very much. And then you're going to turn around and say, I did it all by myself. You did not do anything all by yourself.
Wow. Do you know about independent woman?
It's a falsity.
Have you dated an independent woman? Or you seen them in the streets? Dr. Alicia can't find them. I seen a couple.
Independent woman basically.
I don't get it.
They feel like they don't need a man for nothing besides
That ain't independent. If you
TLC.
need him in any capacity, that ain't indie.
You're not independent.
I mean, you're independent in other areas. Just now, you just need TLC. That's it. That's it. You don't need them to.
Why you ain't in the camera?
But you need, I don't know about a man, but you need somebody.
You know how I know women need men? Because the dildo industry is going live. I'm talking, they got all kind of stuff out here to replace a man's organs.
Roses.
They got roses. They got all kind of sticks. They got all kind of stuff. And for me, I'm like, I know y'all not independent. You need something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some men like independent women.
In what way?
You heard Jamie. I love her because she got her own. So
He don't even believe that. He just made a record.
hey, he believed it. I ain't got to buy you nothing cool.
That's Neo.
He on the song too.
No, he's not. Jamie Foxx and Neo is not on this song.
Bet some money.
No.
Wait, no, did a song about independent women? I don't know. I don't.
You got her on. Jamie Foxx, Neil, and Fabulous.
I ain't gonna argue. I'm wrong. Look, I'm look, black woman, I take accountability. I am wrong, and I did not know the song.
Anybody that says they're independent, they can do everything by themselves, they lying to themselves.
How does how does an independent woman go into becoming a dependent or interdependent without dying?
Yeah, I like interdependent. It's great. It's like you need me, I need you. I can't do this by myself. You can't do it by yourself. We're stronger together. We're better together. That makes sense to me. I'm bringing something to the table. You're bringing something to the table. Ooh, don't get with nobody that ain't bringing nothing to the table.
Ooh.
You got nothing. You got nothing to bring to the table. You know.
But can I ask something? Like, hear me out, Dr. Alicia. Like, okay, if he ain't got nothing to bring to the table, but what if he working on something? You know how hard it is to
to the
get
table. He's bringing his skills to the table.
But some women get hooked. Did you see the Tyler Perry movie? When
No.
That's crazy.
do you remember the Tyler Perry movie? Acrimony, and she was waiting on it and praying on it, and he ain't bring nothing to the table. Even the Insecure with Issa Rae, she was waiting for a little while. Then when he left her or she left him, that's when he gonna find his out.
But listen, what people forgot on Acrimony, he gave her the opportunity. That's why I said the movie. Everybody asked me what that movie was about. I said it was about the money, because when she was finally fed up in the movie, he told her, I can sell this product right now. You get us $80,000, and she said, go sell it. And he said, this is when she fed up. She thinks she's cheating. She want to leave. But when he says this, she said, go sell it and I'll stay. And he said, I believe this product is worth way more. I don't want to sell it for $80,000. We ain't got nothing to talk about. So then when he comes and gets $60 million off of it, all of a sudden, and then gives her $10 million, that's not enough for her no more. Like, it's like, you owe me.
Dang.
So.
Ooh.
It's so deep, ain't it, Dr. Alicia?
What that means, like, to me, sometimes money means stuff to people. So I'm real curious about what that means. What that would mean. What does money mean to you? That you got to make decisions just based on that. I don't know. I hate acrimony, so I don't know. But it sounds like Insecure. I don't know. He really was trying to work on his little business and nothing happened.
Yeah, that's how
I done been there. I done been every woman. Let me tell you, I had a man. He was in December.
She was sorry at the end.
I can give you a quick summary of Acrimony. So basically, it's a guy. He met a girl in college. She was helping him all the way through college because she had money. He cheated on her once in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the first red flag for her, and he became overly needy. So basically, when they became adults and graduated college, he had an invention that he wanted to get off. He was putting 100% in his time and invention. I don't want to get a job. I believe in this invention.
Okay.
And she was putting her money into it.
Okay.
And she was doing it so much and believing in his dreams so much that it caused them to get into foreclosure in their house, in their home.
Okay.
And he, you know what I'm saying, she got, fed up. And basically she thought he cheated again because, ironically, the woman he cheated with in college works for the company that he's trying to sell his project to. And the woman from the company actually wants to get him what he deserved for that invention. So the wife was mad behind him even being around her. Oh, you're cheating again. You were with this woman you cheated on me in college with. He tells her, hey, but she's trying to give me money for this invention. We're not like that no more. I can get $80,000 right now for this. If you can get that $80,000, we good. He said, no, it's worth more. She divorces him. He gets the money. He gets millions. He becomes rich. And he tried to get her back before he got rich. He tried very hard. Like, he did everything he could. He actually got a job and everything. She still didn't want him. When he got rich, he bought her house out of foreclosure and he gave her a $10 million check. And he married the woman that helped him get the
80 million.
to get the millions. And that was her.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, that's such a Tyler Perry plot.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. I know it done happened before. This Tyler Perry movies is real. I done been a Tyler Perry movie multiple times. I'm being honest. I had a man that I was dating in college, right? Let me tell you, he had this business he wanted. I purchased him the software in order to get his LLC and do his business plan. He ain't never opened it up. I had to wait a year for him to finish college, and because he was older than me, but it took him so long to get out of school, he didn't never get his stuff off the ground. All of a sudden now his whole business, I guess he doing something. I think he just leeching off of another woman to get the successful. I'm being honest. Because if it was in you back then, it should be in you now. And he was like, when he broke up with me, you know what he told me, Dr. Alicia?
What?
He said, I know you going to be successful. You was a hater. You was mad I was going to be more successful than you, but I sat over there and invested in your business.
Accountability.
Risky thing. I think like entrepreneurship is a risky thing because here's the thing, like when you're in a relationship with someone, you want to have conversation, especially a committed relationship. You want to have conversations about your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, and you want to have those conversations so that you can help each other achieve your personal goals. So it should be a two-way street. It should be, here's what I want to do in my life. How can you help me achieve my personal goals? Here's what you want to do. How can I help you achieve your personal goals? And then you have some things together. So that is the one, that is the ultimate goal of relationships, and a committed relationship is sharing with each other all the things that you want to do in life and talking about how both of you can help each other out. I need your help in this way. I want to go back to school. There's a lot of students right now in my courses who are married and have children, and their husbands are helping them out so that they can get their master's degree because they want to become a therapist. And, I applaud this because, for many times, it's so funny. I get a lot of suburban housewives in my classes, and they've helped their husband out, build their business, and now it's their turn. They want to be their own professional. And so now, as a payback, give and take, they're helping them get their master's degree in social work so that they can, become a therapist and do all the things they want to do. And I think that's what's important in really healthy relationships. You're in a relationship where every person you trust that the person that you're with is doing everything in their power. Everything that they do every day is for the benefit of the relationship. It's not tear it down. It's not going to undermine. It's not going to be untrustworthy. You're not going to lie, manipulate, and deceive. No, you're going to do things because I'm doing this for the family. I'm doing this for my husband, or I'm doing this for my wife because this is what my wife really wants. I'm going to be babysitting the kid. No, I can't play basketball Thursday night because my wife is taking classes online with Dr. Alicia to become a therapist, to become a therapist and live her dreams. I'm going to watch the kids. It's those sacrifices that you make for each other. For each other. It's not one person sacrificing and another person isn't. Sacrifices you make for each other for the betterment of everybody. And so I think that's what's important.
Okay, well, honestly, I'm gonna just be honest. I'm just I represent the woman trying not to die, loving a black man. I'm still there, Dr. Alicia. It takes therapy and healing takes time. And I'm just still trying to love a black man without dying. I swear to you, that's where I'm at. I think it's time for us to take some questions from the audience.
Yeah, let's take some questions.
Yes, you can request to come up. We'll do at maximum 3 questions. Try to be off live by 9:15, 9:20. Go ahead and let's go ahead and take those questions. So you can literally come on up. Don't be shy. We're all a family here. We're all a family here. We really are. I'm just inviting people, just to see who will come on up and ask some questions. Young Diggy, do you have a question? Do you want to start it off?
Young Diggy?
Man, I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions for people. But here's a question that I need to ask personally. So for the type of person of me, what is love? What's the true definition of love, in your opinion?
I think love is, defined by what you do for another person. I think that it's a feeling, of course, a feeling, a desire for another person, but in that is an action. So it's expressing in some way, I love you and I'm here for you. And it's saying that if you need me, I will be there for you. And I think that's the biggest question in everybody's mind. And what's interesting is that all of the couples that I meet with, because I do couple therapy, and all of the individuals in a relationship, when we scrape the butter off the toast, the central question that I think a lot of wives and husbands and people in relationships have for each other, they want to know, are you going to be there for me when I need you? Are you going to be there keeping me safe, emotionally safe, physically safe? Are you going, if I need you, if I'm sick in the hospital, are you going to drop everything and come see me and make sure that I'm okay? If I'm in trouble in any way, can I reach out to you and then you'll be able to respond? That is what healthy, secure love looks like. So it's being available. If I call you, are you going to answer that phone? Responsive, available, responsive, and empathetic. To me, that's really the key pieces of what love means. I think it is, and everything else is not love. Everything else is insecurity, it's hatred, it's fear. A lot of fear can get in the way with the transmission of love from one person to another. But in the raw form of it all, it's knowing, love is knowing that this person is going to be there for me anytime I need them. I know I can count on them. That is how I know that person loves me, and they can count on me because I love them. That's what I think love is. Who is this gentleman here?
This is Jonathan. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Jonathan.
Diggy.
I am Jonathan. I'm the CEO of Inside Look Live. My spouse is actually watching this live. I sent it to her, right? And we had to do this because you hit a point, and I put a comment up about independent women. You know, and I understand where you come from when you say the idea of an independent woman, or anybody being independent. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. If you don't know what love even really looks like, you only know what it is from movies, from watching your parents and friends, how could you know if you really are quote unquote in love or even in the right space for that? And the bro just came in here. Yeah. And this is one of my mentors that just walked in. So you know, it just answered because how do we find that? And I'm a veteran too. Okay, mind you. So there's another aspect of that too. You know.
Oh, well, veterans, thank you for your service. And you know, I don't know a veteran that don't have PTSD.
Yeah, hey.
Don't PTSD.
That's rare.
I know who never served in combat.
Yeah.
Just in the military is traumatic.
Right.
I just want to say that I could talk all day
I
about
mean, I don't. I'm not ashamed. I speak to doctors a lot, so I have to. And I'm gonna flip the screen so people know how serious I am. I have to tap in, right? And this is very powerful. I got my notification on, so I ain't missing this again, right? So I have to deal with these, and you see I'm working, right? But I take this to make it through the day. So let's
Yep.
close that. So how do you separate from dealing with stress and trying to build a quality relationship and still have a successful life at the same time? Because you got to sacrifice something. Work's got to sacrifice. The grind's got to sacrifice. And if you got kids, something's going to have to give. So where is time for love?
It's always time for love. And I think you said, how do you know? I think that love has to be tested.
Mm.
It's got to go up against something. It's gotta meet a challenge, and then where's the love for real? It has to be tested, and it's so important for veterans that love is tested because there's a very complex issue when it comes to trust for a lot of veterans, and I think it is so. Oh my goodness! So you're How long have you been transitioning from military
I,
life to civilian life?
it's been 5 years. I got out. Yeah, I did 2 tours. For 18 months, my first tour, 15 the second.
Okay, so
So
it's
it was a big gap in developing relationships.
yeah,
But this
because
woman on here, I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing. I'm just being truthful here. And the woman that got me back to find my value, which is on here, it takes a lot to deal with a person in my stand. You know what I mean?
mhm. So your love's been tested. She loves you. She's still with you after all of this.
We probably done tested each other. Just,
It's true.
I love the accountability.
But the thing is that what you had to go through, what was brought out of you in order to be successful on your tours of duty, like all of that, your relationships and how you saw people and things, everything that made you successful in the military, it does not make you successful in a relationship.
you don't want to talk about nothing. You don't want to discuss anything. You want to be left alone. You want to go in your box. And me, my box is working. So I work so I don't got to deal with it. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's probably not healthy. But at the same time, it is what it is. Just, we got to do what we got to do.
And that's so great because love, we're talking about what love is. Love is going to pull you out of that. Whoever your wife, wait, did you say you were married? Is your wife
Yes,
watching?
she's right. She's on here. Andrew Williams, public figure. That's right.
She's the one that's going to do it. She's going to pull you in.
She ain't
So
left yet. So I guess.
by the way, Jonathan, you got to let her do that.
Yeah.
You have to trust her.
Man. Whew, this is a much needed conversation. My brother's back. You got everybody listening. The whole studio listening now. So it's a powerful topic. I'm gonna get off here so somebody else can come on, but I appreciate your time. Wow. Yes. Wow.
Come back, Jonathan. I want to I'll talk to you some more. But
No.
anyway,
We can do a veteran special, Dr. Alicia. We can do a veteran special so that we can highlight, you know, men that have served, are serving, or have left, so that we can, you know, because it's gonna take a conversation. That's how we're gonna to heal, honestly.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Oh,
Yes, John.
I'm gonna keep. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna be watching. So I'm gonna give somebody else a turn. Let's.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Dr. Alicia, we got a question from Dr. Evans J15. It says, Dr. Alicia, given what you know now, the professional and personal experience, what's one pearl of wisdom you would share with a young Black woman trying to find an authentic love? Dr. Evans, that's what she said.
Oh my God, trying to find an authentic love. Lord, I don't know. Okay.
Oh my God, I wasn't gonna hit you.
Hey,
Oh my Lord.
I got real problems, as you can see.
I'm not gonna hit you, Black man. Oh my God, I was trying to put my hand on his shoulder and he almost like flinched. Oh my gosh, I don't hit people.
He said it's a, what did he say? He is a T. Wait, what is it?
He's a tenderoni.
He's
Yes.
a tenderoni, man.
I am the softest.
Answer to him.
I am soft, but man, it's like a switch. It's like a switch.
Don't be
I'm
doing.
not gonna hit you, I promise.
You know, I think you have to trust yourself first of all. I think you gotta trust yourself that you can make the best choice. And you know, another thing to find somebody, I think what a lot of people do when they're dating, they need to pay attention to the thoughts that go through their head when they're thinking about the opposite sex. So if you're a woman and you're trying to find a man, when you think about dating a man, what are the thoughts that come through your head? And you should write them all down. And if there are any negative thoughts in there, so you're a Black woman and you say, you know what, I want to date a Black man. I'm going to put myself out there and date a Black man. And then pay attention to the automatic thoughts that go through your mind when you think about that, because that tells you the relationship you have with just this fictional person. And write it all down and point out some of the really negative thoughts that you have about it. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Young Diggy, tell me what's going on.
So for a person like me, because I can only speak from experience for me. So for a person like me that's tried looking for it, but always came to a brick wall. No matter where, like some people say, what's that saying? There's plenty of fish in the water, but every fish you catch is a bad fish.
Ooh, you believe that?
I speak from experience.
You believe that. So, you know, believing something is being something. So if you believe that that's what it is, then that's how it's going to be. So I think part of it, when you talk about changing your thought process, it really is saying, okay, young Diggy, you are beautiful, right? So there's no reason why you can't find nobody, right? So you gotta
say, tell Jesus that.
For real.
And then the type of female I want, I don't even believe they got anyone.
Yes, there is. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. You don't believe it's out there. It's gonna be out there.
But there's a difference from believing it and actually putting in the work to look for it and not finding it.
They're out there. She's out there. Look, all you gotta do is believe. You don't even have to put in the work. It's your mind. It's your thoughts that's creating what's happening for you. So you don't even have to look for her. All you gotta do is just know that she's there.
Trust me. Dora the Explorer left the building a long time ago.
Okay, well then it will always leave the building. Because you think it, so it is. And I think we talked about the very first time, Jazz, that we it's your birthright. It's your birthright to love.
Traffic, are we gonna see your face? We see your logo. We get your brand. Are we gonna see your face, King? 'Cause I don't even. Are you
Nah,
gonna
you
finish
can't.
something?
How y'all doing? How you doing, Doc? How y'all doing? Now you can't see my face right now. I ain't looking too good right now, man. I ain't got my hair. I ain't got
What's
my
your
hair all down.
look? Did you
Yeah,
get
but
okay? We just want to
I'm
make sure.
I am a black male though. But my question is, um, why do why does love have to be defined? I'm looking at the question that's pinned. Do you believe in black love? Why does love have to be defined, basically? And do you feel like that I guess defining, I guess, being you saying black love, is that a stronger love than a different type of love? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to hear your answer to that first. Why does love have to be defined? And I'm a reiterate from whatever you say. I'm gonna go
Well,
back off it.
I want you to say more about that because that's very intriguing. You said
Well,
because
the
that's
reason why,
because love is black. Why do we have to put black in front of it? Because we the original ones. So if it wasn't for
okay, I
between a
understand.
black woman, none of us would even be existing. So that's all it is. Love is black. It's not in of itself. But I want to hear from you. What do you mean by that? Because I'm intrigued.
Because or okay, can we get religious with this right now, or spiritual,
Yes.
as you say? Do you
Yes.
believe in God? Do you believe in God? Everybody on the live, they believe in God.
Of course. Uh-huh.
I believe in
Um,
God.
okay. So in the Bible, y'all are y'all familiar with the Bible? Okay,
Yes.
I'm very familiar. Mm-hmm.
Jesus preached on love. Okay, and then okay, I'm gonna say, if you believe in God, God is the creator of everything. So He created human beings. So we are the first, because nobody just honestly knows. You know what I'm saying? It's all opinionated, unless you was just actually there. Who's first? You know what I'm saying? I'm a black male and I'm speaking like this. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is, if we are the first, and that means everything was created through us. So no matter whether if you love a black person, a white, a Mexican, a yellow, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you love, it's still love. Ain't that what the Bible preached? Ain't that what God preached? You should love all. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that if we define in love, we're basically putting ourselves at a limit.
Okay. So yeah, I like what you're saying because there's different interpretations of the Bible. Some people see the Bible as a actual historical document. Some people see the Bible as a stars. Some people see the Bible as allegories. People see the Bible in all different ways. And you're right. You're talking about like agape love, which is like the universal love, like God love. You know, it's called
Yeah.
agape. So it's
Okay.
different.
Okay.
There,
No, I'm just listening. I just said okay.
yeah, so that makes sense. And Jesus is love because when you look at all of the symbols of Jesus, he's always holding his heart and pointing up. But different interpretations about what that means. But yeah, Jesus is love, and you do have to I think you need to let Jesus in your heart to really love anybody. So yeah, I think you're on to something. I like the biblical interpretation. So there's a bunch of different interpretations. I really enjoy the biblical interpretation. I don't see it being contradictory to any other interpretation. Honestly, I think it complements it complements that when you talk about spirituality, what love really is. Because you know Jesus is the gateway. Through Jesus everything is possible, and Jesus is love.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense, the universal sort of capacity for love, which I call agape love, some people call it that. I hate to define things in terms of words. You're right, because it gets into, we can mince words and lose the whole entire thrust of what we want to accomplish. But yeah, you're right. I absolutely agree with that interpretation. That is this universal love, and Jesus is love, and you gotta let Jesus in your heart in order to just love. Yes, absolutely. To
Now,
transition, to move forward.
yeah.
Absolutely.
May I say something, Mr. Trapani?
Yes.
So, one thing I do know is that just because you stand up for one group means that you're against another group, right? Like just because we're saying we want to help Black love and to honestly change the trajectory or just honestly start the conversation of raising awareness and healing and restoration of relationships within the Black community, that doesn't mean we're saying the white community doesn't deserve love, or the Latino or Mexican doesn't deserve love, or the LGBTQX doesn't deserve love, or the Asian community doesn't deserve love, or the African community doesn't. It's not saying that. It's just in this context we want to provide a specific emphasis that when Black men and Black women, or Black and Black and Black and Black and Black and Black, however you choose to love, decides to love each other, we got a lot of trauma. We have a lot of healing that we have to do. And unfortunately, I have not walked the shoes of a white woman. I've not walked the shoes of a Asian woman. I've not walked the shoes of a, Mexican woman. However, when I can learn to love my race just really well, then I know that that same energy I could then apply to all the others. But I think that, is there another white woman doing a show saying Black love matters? Because I just haven't seen that on Netflix yet. And if it is, I think she may be like a therapist or she's doing something. But it's just like, I have not seen how other races make sure that we have the foundations that we need in order to love each other properly. So it's like we have to take a charge somewhere. So my Black king, Mr. Trappin Inc., when we say Black love, it's not that we're saying other people don't deserve love. It's saying that we're just going to try to do our best to raise awareness based off the experiences that we have so that we can help each other.
Okay. I understand that aspect what you're saying too, and I didn't mean to
No. I don't take it offensive at all. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah. I understand, and I get your point, and I feel that too on the same way. But I was just really just putting a spiritual base in it, because how me in love, I'm really not. I can't say that I'm religious, because for the simple fact I done studied our religion,
Me too.
And I found out in myself I'm more spiritual. I feed off of energy. I can tell when it's something like bad, a bad vibe or bad energy around me. So, for me, I'm still the type of person that I can believe in, like, love at first sight, but not as an instance of saying that I love you. I'm like in love with you, but I'm in love with this moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if I'm in love with this moment, I'm type, okay, I need to do whatever it takes to keep this moment so to keep lasting. Like, so I do right by you. I'm loyal by you. Everything else that you feel like a distraction, I cut off. But if it's something that, long as it's not helping me, as long as it's not hindering my well-being, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's that energy, it's that I'm spiritual with it. So it's like, I don't see race. I don't see you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's the godly way. God is a spirit. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And it moves, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I feel. I don't just like believe in religion. I believe in religion, but I'm not religious. I believe in spiritual. I believe in the energy that exists, that coexists between us, that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Between whatever energy you have with your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Listen, I love opinions. I love your truth. And one thing, I created this equation. I love math and numbers and formulas. I created this thing, and it's called your truth mixed with my what is my words? Heck, I'm forgetting it. Your truth with my actual experiences equals miscommunications, right? But if it's our truth and our experiences, then it's going to equal understanding and conversation. So I love your truth, Trapping Ink. I love what you bring to the table. Like, your value of what you get out of the world is going to help somebody else get something out of the world that they didn't originally see. And so this isn't a conversation about if you're right or I'm wrong. It's thank you for your truth. I'm appreciative of your truth.
It's a conversation about love. It's not a conversation that we're not debating. We're
yes. So I love that. I just want you to know, like, I hear you, King, and you know,
he's right on that. He's right. That's all I can say. He made a great point on that. Yeah, I cannot even. Yeah, it's true to me.
Yeah, well, it's nice talking to you, ladies. My bad, I just really couldn't show my face, man. I was supposed to get my hair done. I got my little fro looking out crazy.
Well, come back in. Let's talk some more about it. And I want to see your face. Wait, are you Evans?
No, I'm Trapping Ink. Yeah, I'm calling from my business page. I'm Trapping Ink. I'm a tattoo artist. Plus, I got a tattoo magazine coming out that I'm working on right now. Yeah, John with ILLC. He's working on my magazine with me too. He was just talking to y'all a while ago. Jonathan Shaw. So yeah, we right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next Tuesday. All y'all Black Kings. You know, I love a podcast where the Black men want to come talk. I
told you, Jazz. Black men are ahead of the curve.
You're right, ma'am. You're right, Dr. Alicia.
Yep.
You're right. They're ahead of the curve. I'm going to get with the program one of these days.
I think they are.
Yeah, I enjoyed y'all ladies, though.
Okay, we enjoyed you too, King. Have a good night.
Okay.
All right. One last comment before we go. We have Angel Williams, public figure. She says, Black love is a complex task of decolonizing our minds as Black people from the internalized forms of oppression that guide our everyday experiences. So I couldn't agree with you more, Queen. And just shout out to everybody that came to this live today for wanting to love, understand Black love, and to learn how to believe in it again. Dr. Alicia, you've always been a gem, and tonight you blessed us again. We don't deserve. You need your flowers today.
You're hilarious. Well, I appreciate that, Jazz. And I can't wait to talk to you again next Tuesday. You can call me, though. You can call me before next Tuesday.
I will. Listen, the block has been hot, Dr. Alicia. We got to understand the block has been hot, girl. The block is hot, no, but this is for like business has been doing really well. Things are doing some good stuff. So that's why I haven't had a chance to call. I'd be on the phone all day. I swear. If I had a movie to record my life, it would be quite hilarious.
Okay. The block is hot. Okay.
Well, the block is hot.
You call, fill me in on what's going on with you.
I will. I'll let you know what's going on. You know, y'all, she's a matchmaker. And I've been a part of her processes. So you all Black women, if y'all tired of being independent, INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean? You want to get a man? Call Dr. Alicia.
Oh, okay.
I'll come up with a rap. Honey.
I'm going to be in Atlanta in like a week or so.
Okay, I'm in, what will I be in a week? I will still be in Texas. I think I'm yeah, but we do need to find a way to go and get together. I think in January we need to have an event, do a matchmaking event. I think that'll be cool.
That would be awesome. I'm down for it. We could do something. Well, let's talk because there's some.
Of course, girl. You know we're gonna have our talkie talk, girl. We're gonna have our talkie talk. We are.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me go. I gotta get the kids to bed.
Okay, you better do that mother thing. Okay, you have a good rest of your night. And y'all have a good time, and y'all make sure to come back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. CST, where we uncover and really unpack the drama-free Black love. Talk to y'all later.
All right. Bye-bye.